Hi, it's Dr. Hood, medical doctor here to help busy people get lean and fit without hunger or exhaustion and with the right information. And I want to give you some information in this short video about this idea of a cruelty-free diet. So this idea that if you go vegan or vegetarian, particularly if you go vegan, you're having a diet which is cruelty-free. In addition, if you read the propaganda, you'll think that it's actually nutritionally superior. You'll think that it reduces your risk of disease and it's better for the environment. Unfortunately, it's wrong on all accounts. But let's just focus on this idea that if you have a vegan or vegetarian diet, then you have a cruelty-free diet because you're avoiding any harm to sentient beings, which is the term used, things like cows or sheep or chicken or fish. But the reality is, food production that is designed to feed a large population cannot be cruelty-free, unfortunately. For whatever reason, we are designed to need nutrients of certain levels. So a certain amount of protein, essential amino acids, healthy fats, and micronutrients. And most of these are available or in high concentrations in animal products, such as red meat, such as eggs, dairy to an extent, and not present in a vegan diet without supplementation. You need to supplement your diet to survive healthily and thrive on a vegan diet. So therefore, we're forced to farm animals and eat their meat, eat their eggs, eat the dairy, eat the dairy products. But again, this idea, if you put that to one side, this idea that you can have a vegan diet that's cruelty-free, again, is wrong, because for you to produce food in large quantities, you have to farm large areas of land, and you have to farm it within a specific time, because crops can only grow in certain conditions, within a certain time frame, certain temperatures. So you can't grow quinoa, for example, avocados, soybeans. You can't grow nuts. You can't grow them in Western Europe and in most of the United States, for example. And it has to be done with certain conditions. So what ends up happening is large areas of farmland have to be cleared. So they have to be cleared of field mice. They have to be cleared of larger animals, and then that has an effect on the ecosystem. So that causes the death of, let's say, badgers or owls or other animals that feed on these field mice. So that's going to cause death, it's going to cause suffering, and then after you cleared all that, you have to keep these pests away. So do you think when you're farming a field full of nutritious vegetables that suddenly all the animals in the area, the wild animals, are not going to try to feed on it? Of course they are. So you have to keep them away. That involves killing them, or involves stopping them getting to your crops. So there is some cruelty involved. You can't have that. In addition, you have to farm more fields of these vegetables, of these plants, to get the same level of nutrition. So a few hundred grams of beef, for example, has more protein than even a kilo of most plants, except if you include things like soya bean, which actually has high levels of starch, or quinoa, which has high levels of carbohydrates. Even then, it's not the same quality of protein and not the same quantity of protein at all. So you get more nutrients when you farm cattle or sheep, which can be farmed at harsher conditions almost all year round, compared to farming large fields of quinoa or grain or corn, which don't provide the same level of nutrition. And this intensive farming does have environmental impacts, and does unfortunately have impacts on other wildlife. It's unavoidable. So unless you want to live in an alternate reality where you can intensively farm farm large areas and feed the population without causing any suffering to any being, then you really need to eat a diet that is composed of animal products. So a diet that includes beef, includes red meat, includes chicken, includes fish, and includes some vegetables as well, predominantly non-starchy vegetables, because these are high in nutrients and low in starch, low in carbohydrates. Unless you want to live in that alternate reality, then this is the reality where you want to take control of your health and feed a larger population and optimize your health at the same time. So what I've said is controversial. I'd love to hear your opinions. Leave some comments. Tell me if I'm right, tell me if I'm wrong, and I'll see you on the next video.